Hello all, welcome back to my channel. So in this video we will see how to design a Pelton wheel turbine. So design of a Pelton wheel turbine involves calculation of width of the each bucket and depth of the bucket, number of buckets that should be assigned on the periphery of the runner, etc. Okay, so for designing a Pelton wheel, first we need to keep some points in our mind which would help us in the designing part. So the very first point is uh, velocity of jet of water which is striking the buckets, which is given by the formula V1 equal to CV root 2GH, and where CV is the coefficient of velocity and which varies from 0.98 to 0.99. If the value is given in the question, you can take it down, otherwise you can take any one value, 0.98 or 0.99. And where H stands for the net head falling on the turbine. Next, coming to the velocity of the runner or the velocity of the wheel, which is denoted by the symbol U, and we have formula for U as phi root 2gh, where phi is called as a speed ratio and it varies from 0.43 to 0.48, and where again H is the net head acting on the turbine. uh, this is where which will help us because sometimes in numerical problems they give us the value of only phi. So from phi and h value you need to get out with u. So in such cases we would take the help of this formula. Next, coming to the angle of deflection. So the water after striking the buckets will get deflected with an angle of 165 degrees if no angle of deflection is specifically given to us. Next, coming to the diameter of the wheel, means diameter of the runner, it is also called as pitch diameter or the mean diameter, which is given by the formula 60 into u by pi n. This came out from the formula of u is equal to pi d n by 60, which we all know. So from there we have taken out d, where u is the velocity of the wheel, n is the speed of the wheel. Next, coming to jet ratio. So jet ratio is denoted by the symbol m, which is the ratio of pitch diameter of the wheel, means the entire diameter of the wheel, to the diameter of single jet, which is denoted by capital D by small d. And for most of the cases we take m value as 12. Otherwise, if the ratio amongst them is given, we can use that given data accordingly. Next is the number of buckets that to be accommodated on a wheel. So the number of buckets on a runner or on the wheel of a Pelton is given by the formula Z is equal to 0.5 into m plus 15. So m is again our jet ratio. So 0.5 times means half of the jet ratio plus 15 will give us the number of buckets. So this would help, this would be one of the important point in designing of Pelton wheel. Next, coming to the number of jets, means is a single jet should strike the Pelton wheel or two or more than that. To know the number of jets striking the Pelton wheel or to be designed, how many number of jets are to be designed is, we will get it from dividing the total discharge from the turbine by discharge which is coming out from every single jet. So if you divide the total discharge by discharge through single jet, you would end up with number of jets. And next we have width of the buckets. So first we have done with how many number of buckets are to be accommodated on the wheel. Next, coming to width of the each bucket, which is given by 5 into d, where d stands for diameter of the jet. Next we have depth of buckets. So when we are designing for width of a single bucket, obviously you have to calculate the depth of the bucket because the bucket is in the form of a cup shape. So you have to find the depth of the bucket also. So the depth of the bucket is given by the formula 1.2 into d, where d is again the diameter of the jet. So in the concept of designing Pelton wheel, we will do width of the bucket, depth of the bucket, number of buckets that should be accommodated on the wheel, size of the wheel, which is dia of the wheel, like this. Okay, so we'll understand more clearly when we solve a problem on this. So these points are to be remembered, and these all 9 points what we have discussed will help us in designing the Pelton wheel. So yes, let's see a problem on design of Pelton wheel turbine. So here you can see the question. So we need to design a Pelton wheel turbine. It means that we need to determine the wheel diameter, number of jets to be mounted on the wheel, diameter of the jet, and that's it. So with the respective given data. So first let's write the given data. So right, what all given data we have is we have shaft power is equals to 11,772 kilowatts. Next we have head as 380 meters. Next we have speed n is equals to 750 rpm. Next we have overall efficiency eta naught is equal to 86 percentage. And next it is given to us as the jet diameter is 1/6 of the wheel diameter, so we denote jet diameter with small d and diameter of the wheel with capital D. So according to this we have ratio of jet diameter to runner diameter is 1/6. Okay, next we have coefficient of velocity given to us CV, which is 0.985, and we have speed ratio given to us 5, which is 0.45. Okay, so now we will get into the question. So first let's calculate the velocity of the jet. So velocity of the jet is given by V1, which is equal to CV root 2gh. This is the formula for V1. So which is equal to, what was CV value? 0.985. So it's 0.985 under root of 2 into G is 9.81 into H is 380. So from here, let's get the value of V1 as 85.05 meter per second. Once we got the velocity of the jet, let's calculate the velocity of the wheel. The velocity of the wheel is given by U1 or U2 or U, which is given by the formula of phi into root 2gh. This came from the formula speed ratio is equal to. So when we were talking about the important points to remember, there we wrote phi equal to u by under root of 2gh. So from here u is equal to phi into root 2gh. So from here u is equal to, what was the speed ratio given to us? 0.45. So it's 0.45 into under root of 2 into 9.81 into 380. So finally we got u value as around 38.85 meter per second. But we have u as pi d n by 60, correct? So let's take up this formula of u equal to pi d n by 60 such that I'll write d from here. So from here d will be equal to u into 60 by pi into n. So which is equal to 38.85 into 60 by pi into what was n value given to us, speed value, it was given to us 750. So into 750. So from here our d, diameter of the wheel, comes out to be 0.989 meters. So we are done with the first part of the question. We got the diameter of the wheel. Next we need to go for this relation as we have d by d is equal to 1/6, right? So d by d is equal to 1/6. So from here what is small d equal to? So small d will be equal to capital D by 6, which is equal to 0.989 by 6. So which comes out to be equal to 0.165 meters. This is the diameter of the jet. We want the number of jets actually. So to calculate the number of jets, our formula is total discharge by discharge coming through individual jet. So for that, first let's calculate discharge through individual jet. So discharge of one jet. So discharge of one jet, let me write it as small q, which is equal to, formula for discharge is area of the jet into velocity of the jet. Same formula, A into V. So this is equal to pi by 4 small d square into velocity through the jet. So this is equal to pi by 4 of, just now we got the diameter of the jet as 0.165. So 0.165 whole square into What is velocity of the jet? First V1 we calculated 85.05. So let's calculate discharge through the single jet as Q is equal to, we get around 1.818 meter cube per second. Okay, we get the discharge which is passing through the single jet. Now once you know the total discharge, then you can calculate total discharge by this small q, which will give number of jets, but we don't know total discharge, right? So for calculating the total discharge, so yeah, this is second is correct only. So calculation of total discharge, we will take the formula of overall efficiency, because overall efficiency is given to us. So we have overall efficiency formula is what? Overall output by overall input, which is shaft power by water power. Correct? So we already have the value of shaft power as 11,772 by. What is the formula for water power? It is rho g QH by 1000, because we calculate water power or what you call the inlet at the of the turbine, what the value is given as the input is rho g QH by 1000. Okay, so now from here we have Q, so we'll try to get out what is Q from here. So I'll just write it down here. So eta naught is 0.86, 86%. So 11,772 by, this is 1000 into 9.81 into Q into, this is 380 divided by 1000. So 1000 will get cancelled. We are left with 0.86 is equal to 11,772 by 9.81 into Q into 380. So from here it's very simple to get the value of Q. So from here what will be our Q equal to? Q will be equal to 11,772 by 0.86 into 9.81 into 380. That's it, is our value of Q. So from here Q comes out to be equal to around 3.672 meter cube per second. Now let's calculate our second one, which is number of jets. So make this as number 3, because number of jets is the second question. So number of jets is equal to, what is the formula? Total discharge by discharge through individual jet. So which is equal to 3.672 by 1.818. So how much we will get the number of jets? We will get around 2. So this is how to solve the design of Pelton wheel question. Yes, we have another problem on design of Pelton wheel turbine. So in this we would design a Pelton wheel turbine for a head of 60 meters and the other given data. So here directly they asked us to design the Pelton wheel. So we would design diameter of the jet, diameter of the wheel, width of each vane and depth of each vane, the number of vanes, etc. Okay, so let's first write the given data. So we can see here with corresponding to the given data, we have capital H is equal to 60 meters, the head under which the turbine is working. Next we have speed N is equals to 200 RPM. Next we have turbine developing 95.6475 kilowatts of power, which means that it is the shaft power, so which is 95.6475 kilowatts. Next we have velocity of buckets is 0.45 times the velocity of the jet. So it means that yeah, so we have U is equal to 0.45 times the velocity of the jet V. Okay, or let's write it as V1. Next we have overall efficiency given to us. So eta naught is 0.85, which is 85%, and next we have coefficient of velocity given to us, which is 0.98. So all that we need to do is we need to design a Pelton wheel, which means we would design the diameter of the jet. Next we would design the diameter of the wheel. We would also design the width and depth of buckets on the wheel, which means vanes, and also we would design the number of vanes also. Okay, so first we would start off with the first one, which is velocity of the jet. So coming to velocity of the jet, we have the same formula v1, which is equal to cv under root of 2gh. So which is equal to cv is 0.98 into under root of 2 into 9.81 into h is 60. So let's see how much we would get v1 value. So v1 is 33.62 meter per second. Next, after calculating the velocity of the jet, let's calculate the velocity of the vane or the velocity of the runner, such that we would end up with calculation of diameter of the runner. So for this, what you can do is, we have the relationship which is given as u is equal to 0.45 into v1. So from here, u is equal to 0.45 into 33.62. So our velocity of the vanes, remember guys, velocity of the vanes is similar to the velocity of the wheel, because wheel is rotating means the vanes fitted on the wheel are also rotating, which means both of the velocities are same. So that's why we represent by u. So this is 15.13 meter per second. But we know that u is equal to pi d n by 60, correct? So from here, what can be written as d? D can be written as u into 60 by pi into n. So from here, u is 15.13 into 60 by pi into what is speed? 200. So from here, we would get the diameter of the runner or the diameter of the wheel as 1.44 meters. Right? This is the first parameter we should calculate in designing the Pelton wheel. Next, coming to the calculation of diameter of the jet. So for diameter of the jet, small d, how shall we start? So for calculating the diameter of the jet, we shall take the formula of overall efficiency. So overall efficiency is given by the formula overall output shaft power by overall input water power, which is equal to, overall efficiency is given to us as 0.85 and shaft power is also given to us. So 0.85 is equal to, shaft power is 95.6475 divided by water power formula is rho g QH by 1000. Correct? So from here, 0.85 equal to 95.6475 divided by rho is 1000 into G is 9.81 into Q into H is how much? H is 60. And this is again divided by 1000. So 1000 will get cancelled. We would end up with 0.85 equal to 95.6475 divided by 9.81 into Q into 60. So from here, let's take out Q. So Q is equal to how much? 95.6475 divided by 9.81 into 60 into 0.85. So why I wrote like this? Because we can write discharge as area into velocity. So once you know discharge, we can write area into velocity. From there we can get diameter. So this Q comes out to be around 0.1912 meter cube per second. Now we have Q is equal to area of jet into velocity of jet formula, correct? Area into velocity. So now our Q is equal to 0.1912 equal to, this is pi by 4 of d square into what is the velocity of jet v1? 33.62. So from here, it's easy to get pi by 4 d square equal to 0.1912 by 33.62, and from here d square will be equal to 4 into 0.1912 by pi into 33.62, and from finally our d will be under root of this complete value, 4 into 0.1912 divided by pi into 33.62. So let's see how much we would get this value. So we got diameter of the jet as 0.085 meters, which is around 85 mm. So our third part is also done. Now let's go for the next one, which is calculation of width of the bucket and also depth of the bucket. So width of the bucket is given by the formula, which we already discussed in points to be remember. It is 5 into diameter of the jet. So 5 into diameter of the jet is, if you want to write in mm, directly substitute 85, or if you want in meters, substitute 0.085. I'll substitute in mm. So 5 into 85. So this comes out to be 425 mm. Next we have depth of bucket, each bucket. Okay, so depth of bucket is given by the formula 1.2 into d. This is also discussed in points to be remembered. So 1.2 into 85. So this comes out to be around 102 mm. And last we have number of buckets. So number of buckets that should be mounted on the wheel is also discussed in points to be remembered, which is given by the formula Z is equal to 0.5 times the diameter of the 0.5, just a second. So we have the formula as 0.5 into jet ratio plus 15. This was our formula for Z. So which is equal to 0.5 into jet ratio is d by d, which is diameter of the wheel divided by diameter of the jet. So let's substitute 0.5 into, what is the diameter of the wheel we got? Let's see, capital D, how much we got. So we got capital D as 1.44 meters. 1.44 divided by small d is, I'm substituting in meters, so I will put 0.085 plus 15. So if we solve this, we get around 23.5 is the answer, which means approximately 24 buckets we will be mounting on the wheel. Okay, so like this we will design the Pelton wheel. Hope you all understood the video. Thanks for watching.